All right, guys, so here's the one you've been waiting for, and I've been waiting for it as well. I'm gonna teach you guys how to use your toilet appropriately, so come on with me. All right, so here we are in kind of a interesting place to have a conversation, but let's have it anyway. So an RV toilet is a little different than our household toilet in a couple different ways. So first way is an RV toilet has the tank typically right underneath the toilet. Now that's going to be more in a travel trailer, fifth wheel with the toilet on the kind of the second floor with some storage underneath it. It's going to be underneath it, but there's going to be a pipe going from where the toilet is on the second floor down into that tank. Might have a little dog leg on it. In a travel trailer, it literally, the tank is right up against the bottom of the floor minus the thickness of the insulation. So that being said, the water in the toilet is our vapor barrier. So we want to make sure that we maintain water in that toilet, or we may get some odors from the material that's in our tank. It doesn't have a trap on it like the household toilet that has a trap where it holds water behind the toilet. This one is all in the bowl. Now, the other thing that we want to talk about when we're talking about an RV toilet is it's kind of like a small septic system underneath your RV. It has a holding tank where we're going to hold on to waste material mixed with water. We're going to use some chemicals to create some either good bacteria, or we're going to introduce some enzymes into the tank to allow it to break down the solids. And what it does is it attacks the proteins in the solids, or it is going to breed good bacteria. We're going to breed great oxygen in there to breed good bacteria that are going to attack those solids as well. And what we really want to do is we want to leave the material in the tank throughout our camping week or weekend, and allow the chemicals to break down those solids the best they can, water to break down the toilet paper, and evacuate everything with as much head pressure as possible at the end of our camping weekend, and then go ahead and clean the tank. But the first thing that we need to do before we start using the camper, or right after we've dumped, if we've used the camper, is we want to put some water down into that tank, and then we want to put our toilet chemicals. So I'm going to look at, I'm going to show you guys something that I look at when I start this process, getting to know my camper. Come with me outside. All right, so right here we have a good picture of the plumbing system on this particular camper. And this is, you may not always be able to see this, but it was very easy to see on this one, so I wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna add a couple gallons into my tank of water before I put the toilet chemical on, and then I may put another gallon or so on top of that just to mix the chemical up. But it doesn't always all go in my tank. So coming out of the tank is gonna be a 3-inch pipe, and on this particular unit, we can see this 3-inch pipe is probably at least 1.5 feet, 2 feet long, depending on where the tank's located in the camera, before it hits the termination valve. And this is going to fill up with water and toilet chemical before anything goes into the tank. So I just like to take a look at that, and I wanted to show you guys why I put a few gallons of water in that tank prior to putting my chemical in, because I'm probably filling up a pipe and not my tank, and I want to make sure that that is filled so the chemical doesn't end up down here but ends up back in the tank. All right, guys, so as mentioned, after looking at the pipe, I definitely want to put a few gallons into that pipe and tank prior to putting my chemical in, and then I will put some more water on top of it. So we're just going to run this for a while and run some in there. If you want as well, you could fill up the bowl 2 or 3 times. I'm going to assume a full bowl is going to be around a gallon, give or take. So it's a decent way to measure it if you'd like. So we're going to fill this up. That's about 2, and we'll just do it one more time here. The other thing that you want to, probably the information you want to have prior to starting this process is know how large your holding tank is, minus the pipe, of course. So there's 3 there. Industry standard's around 40 gallons, and so that's what I'm going to attribute most tanks to be. But if you've got a large fifth wheel or maybe a really small camper, it may go north or south of that. So maybe want to refer to the manufacturer's website or the brochure on your camper, unless you just have that information. Next, now that I've got a few gallons of water down in there, I want to add my favorite toilet chemical. So this particular one says to add 2 ounces per treatment. And so what I did is I read the back, and I saw that it is 2 ounces per 40 gallons. So you get what I was saying before. I'm just going to take and dump a few ounces in here. Some of them have measure caps if you want to measure. I'm kind of that looks like a couple ounces. So we'll use that. And then I'm just going to let that go right in. and then I am going to hold on to some more water after that, just so I'm kind of mixing it up down in that tank prior to using it. And I will do this right after I dump, or for the first time when your camper is brand new. So the first time when your camper is brand new, we definitely want to get some chemical down there. The enzyme would be probably the preferred on a brand new camper, being there's nothing down in that tank that can hurt the enzymes, and they do a really great job even when you're not using the camper to keep that tank clean and the probes clean. The chemical I used promotes good good oxygen growth through bacteria, so that's a great one to use, especially on a used camper. But we've got it down in there, we've mixed it up a little bit, and after you've dumped the tank from your camping weekend, this is a great thing to do right at the campground. You've got water available to you, you can get the water in there, and then as you go home, that water is going to slosh around a little bit. It's going to allow the chemical to work on the material that is left in that tank, and it's also going to add a scent over the top of everything while the camper is in storage, so you may not get some bad odors, especially if the water in the bowl evaporates on you if you go a little bit of time before using that camper again. So anyway, guys, that is how you charge a toilet. And that is how I do it, and that's how I've been training people to do it for a long time. So I hope this helps out and you're a new camper, or helps if you've been doing it a while, to make things a little bit easier for you. Thanks for watching Pete's RV TV with Randy today. I look forward to seeing you on the road. Happy camping.